The scene behind the door is both uplifting and soul-crushing. It's a large cistern with various inlets in the ceiling and what looks like a large drain at the bottom. There's a slow drip coming from overhead. So that's where the faucet gets its water. It's so dark that you struggle to find a path forward. Making your way across a catwalk, you bump into a wall. You feel your way around, but this seems to be the end. This can't be it, you say out loud. The echo haunts you. You decide to turn back and plead for food. Back in the hut, you replace the trapdoor and cover it with dirt. You yell out the window, begging for a sympathetic ear. One of the crew sighs and tosses in a ration pack. You fill it with water, stir it, and sit against the wall. The gelatinous mush is atrocious, but you choke it down. You miss your ship. You miss the island. You miss Stev. You should have chosen a different career. Hello everybody, I'm TrimTextures and welcome back to Sandustry, and welcome back to the abandoned facility where last time we had just moved our gold pile, and yeah, I'm happy about that, but we got a long ways to go. I gotta figure this out. I don't know if you guys have noticed already, but I did make some changes to my texture pack with your suggestions, and I decided left is gonna be yellow, red is gonna be right. And I just kept it consistent, and I added it to the launchers, which I think is gonna be a huge help for me, because you guys know how messy my launcher situation always is. But I was thinking about it, and it's like, we pretty much have to make everything go this way to go through that loop. And this is a whole huge mess. But I kind of want to go find like a bigger space or something like that. Like, let's do some exploring right off the bat, because if we can find a bigger room, this already kind of seems like a bigger room. It's way better than what I had been thinking of where to put the flowers, which was right here. And that's just that's right. So let's just do a little exploring. Oh, it'd be really nice to find fluxite. Like, oh, that would be a huge help. We can unlock the better rockets, speed up that rocket loading. It would just make such a huge difference. This is cool though. This is a pretty big, deep area. I don't know how wide it is, but you know, let's see. Yeah, I wish we had that fluxite. That would be seriously helpful right now. You guys had some really great suggestions in the comments. One of them being, maybe we should drop the gold down here into this boot, and it would push everything else up. And you are totally right. I think that's actually a great idea. This can be our boot of gold, or I don't know, like a club maybe, or gold club. Nah, I think the gold foot is so much better. Ah, this rocket's killing me. Where are we? This is a lot of red sand here, and we gotta figure out some way of like getting it up to where we're gonna do flowers, wherever that is, you know, or where we're gonna at least be able to ship Amethyllus and make our void bloom, because yeah, I really want. Ooh, hey, look at this. Maybe this was worth it and I wasn't wasting our time with some red sand mining here, because we're not ready for it. But oh, look at that. Definitely not a waste of time. Let's build that wall right there. Okay. Ooh, and there's fluxite in there. Nice. Here, let's just, for old time's sake, let's build a conveyor across here so nothing, we don't have major regrets later. Okay, sweet. Sand, fluxite. Like, our dreams have been answered, man. This is great. Holy cow, look at that. We're getting a ton of it. I guess this is This is where on the map he decided to be generous. Because it wasn't early on. Oh, look at that. It looks like we're coming right back to the factory. Oh, this is a huge room. This truly is our dreams come true. This is amazing. What am I stuck? There's so much. Guys, there's so much. Look at that. We're at like 3,000 flexite. We got a ton of sand. This is awesome. Yeah. I think exploring was the perfect thing to do. Okay, so that tells me we need to get all this sand out of here so that we can turn this into the flower. And then scope out where we can send the void bloom. Maybe this way? I don't know. Looks like this is probably the end of the fluxite here. Yeah, okay. Well then, let's go in here and upgrade. Straight to weapons. Okay. We're just gonna buy all this, I think, if we can. Let's go. Warhead. Magazine. Oh yeah. With spare fluxite. Here, we'll just buy this for whatever. Hydro sponge doesn't do us any good because we'll never be above ground. And flamethrower, yeah. Oh, we don't have enough. Okay, well, it is what it is. Let's check out our research now that I think about it. I guess I could buy the cryoblaster. Interesting thought. But we also really need that flux emanator. I don't think I need the cryoblaster right now, but now that we have these rockets, let's go ahead and blast our way back to the old factory. Okay. Where did we come out here? This is... Oh, there's so many random little pixels in here. Yeah. They block you. Okay, we come out here. Can we possibly get the spores over here, like, separate from everything else? I don't know. I don't know. That seems like a challenge. I might just have to... I must. That's tough. This is a... I mean, I could, I guess, drop them this way. That's a heck of a long way to go for, just to drop spores somewhere. Maybe drones is a good long-term viable option for our plans here. Here, let's just run a little bit of sand through. I'm not gonna go crazy because stuff can definitely break. Seeing as I just did a huge remodel on my factory and didn't really test it much. So here. Let's just get a little bit going just for fun. Ooh, you know what? I can grab some of this. Is this too much? Am I overloading already? Yes. There we go. We've got our water tank here. You know what I'm realizing though is we got another steam situation here. We have to let the steam out somehow, and there's really no way for me to build. So we gotta be able to direct the water that comes back out of here down this way, and probably make sure there's a way for the water to get out. Here, I'm gonna do block gold. Where is it? Where is it? Why can't I find it? There. Right, like this. Okay, so then if water gets in here, it can come out. And we need to put some blocks here. Like that. And I don't think it'll hurt me to throttle like this. I really don't see any downside to that for now. So, maybe that'll kind of cure the slag situation, like if we just commit to this much. That's probably okay, right? Here we go. And You know, drones would be really nice for this. I'm kind of want to go over here. Still got a lot of water in here, but we will have to hook this up pretty soon. This is the big loop. This is what we have to deal with. So, I don't know what we're gonna do, you guys. This is gonna be a rough tunnel here. I kind of stressing out about it. I don't know what I'm gonna do. There we go. I should be using my rockets, right? We finally got all that. Ooh, what's this? Check it out. We got a little melty spot. That's cool. Nice. Okay, well, I think I've decided. This is gonna be flour. Look at how big it is, and we haven't even finished taking it out. But let's do that really quick, because I'm excited. The more I dig, the bigger it gets, man. This is sweet. Try to blow up that as much as I can. Okay. It looks like we need to get all this stuff out this way and probably get it over this way, right? So that's kind of telling me we need to get rid of all this junk. Probably even just let this water go. Yeah, I think that's probably the best long-term idea. And let's use some filter conveyors. Okay, allow only cinder. I'm okay with this. Where is it? Right here? Yeah, will this make it over? I think it will. Nice. Oh yeah, that's working. Awesome. Get rid of that. Come on. That's just one guy. There we go. He finally went. And I'll probably just keep doing that. Allow only cinder. Right here. Ooh, perfect. Made it work. Okay. Well, then this conveyor is moving stuff over here. I wonder how I'm gonna get it up this way. I don't know. Do I, for right now? Yeah, I probably do want to go and just stick as close to this wall as I can. Now I can start using conveyor belts, I think. Oh, I think that should be a filter too, I guess. Yeah. Go like that, because then it still kind of works. And how close does that get me to that launch tube? Not quite. Do I want to go this way? I know it's kind of like incentivizing me to go that way, but if I went up and around like this, then I could sort stuff out up here once I get this cleaned out. You know what I mean? Okay. Well, now I can at least build some launchers to go out. Ooh. Not quite. Every time, man. Every time it gets me. Here. That's alright. That's alright. We'll just get the sand will be wet, and that's cool. Yeah, I'm really liking the change I made to the texture pack. I think this was a good choice. Adding it onto the launchers. Guys, I know I've said this before, but like I just get such blinders on. I can't the only thing I see is like what my guy is doing right in the middle of the screen. So I guess I just say, and I apologize for my blindness, but I think having the texture pack change is gonna help me. At least maybe I'll just sort of internalize what I said. Left is yellow, red is right. Here we go. Do I wanna? I don't really want to drop that stuff down there, but maybe I should, just so I can start getting something moving over here. Okay. It looks like all of our sand made it through totally fine. I mean, look, is anything jammed up? Oh, I guess this line keeps getting jammed up. Yeah, I should fix that someday, but maybe today, maybe later. I want to keep going with my thought process. Oh, you know what I need to do? Here. Block only spores, and this will go like this. There. I'm liking this. Okay. Now anything that's not spores will just fall off and come down here, and that's okay. I can deal with it. I can deal with it down here. Back to what we were doing. We do have sand coming up. I really want to... I don't know. If we want to get... I want to get some sand moving through just a little bit more. You know what? I think since I set this up as a big snow trap, I think I can just go ahead and mine a little bit here. We'll get a little bit of sand going through, because I do really need to hit that 4,000, right? I need to do that. Ooh, you know what? I'm gonna set up here. I'm actually gonna just throttle myself right here so that maybe the snow can get out. We'll see. Does it fall out? Because it only works one block high. Okay, so if I do this, then it'll for sure work, I think. Filters only pull from one block above, so if you're above that, it won't pull the thing out. But now this should start pulling it all out. Yeah, perfect. Alright, awesome. So we have some snow, or some sand coming through, but we're throttling it real hard, and I think maybe that's okay. I think it is. It might save us at some point, I think. Okay. Back to what I was doing. I am happy that I did that, though. We got some sand coming through, and let's keep an eye on that money. And then when it stops, we need to check what's going on, right? Here, I'm gonna do this. And I'm not sure. I think that's going the other way. I'm gonna do this right now, though. There we go. And get rid of this top one. What's going on here? Oh, it was a block. Okay. And, ooh, how do we get this steam out? That's rough. I don't like that. You know what? Speaking of that, I'm gonna just go ahead and turn off that incendiary rocket, because we'll need it when we need it, but until then, I don't want to be making a whole bunch of steam, because it causes such a huge problem in here. Like this, particles can't go through it, so it's like a wall, you know? And I don't know what's happening to this stuff, but I'm hoping it just comes back down as water and doesn't ruin something. Here. I'm gonna throw some stuff. No, you know what? You know how I'm gonna do this? I'm gonna just find... We'll go like this. then can I do here? There. Is anything moving? Oh no, it's not. What? There we go. This is a whole mess though. Whole hot mess. I'm gonna do this stuff. That'll work. That'll allow stuff through. Now we need to get it up and then figure out what we're gonna do with red sand. Like, it'd be nice if there was another huge room this way, just so we had a place for stuff to go, you know? Yeah. You know what? Maybe here, allow only red sand. Like that. And that'll... We can deal with red sand a little bit easier if we're not pushing it all through, but I gotta make myself some more room, like, immediately for that to be effective. Let's continue with our dream of getting flowers going here. We need to get all this stuff out. Ugh. I wonder if I could... Yeah, pretty much just gotta deal with it. And... yeah. Spores. Do I just send them on this line down here? They'll eventually make it into here. And then we could have like a little spore storage, spore washer, burner, and then Amethellus is gonna have to go back out. Oh, that's rough too. So our whole, man, I don't know. It seems like our whole Amethellus Void Bloom Flux Emanator thing all needs to happen in the same room. So I think that's gonna have to be the room, and that means every other room is just storage. Here, look at this. Yeah, this is way backed up. Let's go like that. Okay, I had an idea though. Hear me out. This will be block only burnt slag. Like this. And like that. And then I'm actually just gonna go like that. And conveyor belt right here. Like this. And now anything that's not burnt slag should be able to fall through, I think. That's kind of my hope, anyways. We'll see. But for now, the gold is... well, we just burned through all that sand already. I was gonna say, for now it's keeping up, but you can see that, like, that thing needed to be solved or that was just gonna keep happening forever, you know? So, that little sand haul we did, though, was worth, yeah, what, 1,500 gold almost? So, totally worth it. I'm happy with that. Let's go add a little bit more. I need to be really careful not to get too overzealous here. You know what? Right here, I'm gonna put block only sand. Let's see what no, not that. Not block only sand, because I do want snow to get caught here. I think it should be, I'm gonna do allow only red sand, so that any red sand that does fall through here doesn't just totally jam up the system. There. That'll at least have it fall back down this way. Why is that? There we go. That'll at least allow us like a pressure release valve. I should be way better at building those into everything. It's just like always have a way for junk to get out at least, so you're not jamming stuff up. But there, that's a good little amount. This is a really big room too. Well, if we could get spores over here. Man, should we just use drones and like drone the spores over here and make this the flower room? Because this is pretty huge as well. I mean, I don't know exactly how high it goes, but well, then what do we do with that other room? I don't know. Interesting questions. Okay, I may have that might have been kind of dumb. I'm gonna do this because that's a lot of sand coming at me. I kept talking moderation, moderation, and then I just go all out. It's interesting. This is the only one that's full. All the other ones are like just barely getting used. Oh, look at this. This is plugged up. Okay, we got to deal with that then. Here, I'm just gonna drop the stuff out this way. I feel like I almost have to make some space by getting all this red sand out, just so we can at least keep our spore store ever growing, at least for now. I spent so much time thinking and talking about turning this into the room. But the other, let's consider the advantages. This has a lot of height space, and the throat coming in and out of it has a lot of room. The downside is then immediately you go right over here, you know, and this is all a jumble that's just gonna be pain for us. Just go ahead and do this, and it'll be allow only red sand for now. Like that. Go like this, and yeah, okay. I don't know what I'm doing exactly, but oh, well, for now, I'm just pumping it into nothingness. But actually, this water might get burnt through pretty quick. Oh, look at that. We're over 4,000. That was our goal for the flux emanator, so now we can finally do something. And as I sit and think about that, you guys had some really good ideas for making this work better. And I just want to acknowledge that your ideas were really good, but if I'm throttling the factory this much, I don't know that the gold backup will be a problem, especially if like random stuff keeps getting out this way. If this thing that I did just works, I think we might be in a good spot. Man, I really do need to figure out this situation. Jeez. Maybe I just go ahead and do that. And that way the stuff can just fall in here, but it's not blocking the end of the line. That's the hope, but I still really don't have much room for spores or anything. This is kind of more urgent than I thought. Just keeping an eye on the factory up there in the corner. Well, guys, should we celebrate hitting 4,000 by doing our research here? Hooray! We did it. Other things we want. We do want the cryoblaster for sure, and then we need to get down to drones. So I actually think drones might still be a higher priority than cryoblaster for me right now, because the cryoblaster I can use for lava, for sure. But it can make snow, so we can make water with it. But I don't really need water right now. You know what I mean? So here, I kind of want to do this for steam. Is this dumb? It might be. I don't think that would achieve what I want anyways. Ooh, I know what will. This. Yeah. Okay. There. Now steam that comes up here will go out this way instead of up this way, because I really don't want it in. Sorry, I got a little sidetracked there, but like I'm stressing out about the steam situation because it can really make a mess, and I don't want to have to clean up a mess of my own making, you know? Which, if you've been following along, those happen quite often. Okay. Here. I kinda... Wow, I like really need this to happen. What am I gonna do? Can I block? Where can I block stuff off? You know what? I could... Here, I'm gonna do it here. We're gonna put a stop. Once all this stuff works through, we'll be okay, but... Ugh, right off the bat I need to make temporary spore storage. Man, I clearly sent way too much through the lines, even though I told myself, preached moderation, don't get excited, don't... Here I am. But, you know, maybe it was worth it, because we did get the flux emanator unlocked, finally. We can do all the things that we want and need to do. Here, okay. How long is it going to take all this stuff to cycle through? Quite a while. Let me finish this. And I'm still thinking about where we're going to put those flowers. We have the big, huge room down at the bottom. And then we have the big, huge room up at the top over here. And this one's really long. So if I, like, really thinking about it hard here, you would only get, like, a couple, maybe 2 of our normal flower cells stacked, maybe 2. The other one we could get a lot more stacked, and, you know, for me the real issue is, like, I'm not even sure how fast I want to process all this stuff, because that'll be a problem too. You know, like, if we have a bunch of void bloom, then we're gonna have to start finding void bloom management solutions, which, you know, those consultants probably make a lot, but I don't necessarily want to do that either. So we need to make sure we can balance how much sand and spores we got going, and how much amethellus and void bloom we produce, with how much that flux emanator can push out, which is not really that much. You know, it's really not. This is all full. Oh, you know what? That water is probably almost gone. If I just drop this stuff in a tunnel, like, yeah, will it just go through? Like, if I do this, what's gonna happen? Let's try it. I know this is dumb, y'all, but I'm trying it. Okay. It is falling down this way. Here, what if I do... and just actually overwrite that, or can't I? Oh, I can't, because there's always pixels in it. There. And now we'll do some filter conveyoring here. Nope. Bad idea. There. Move stuff out. Let's see if this... Oh. There. Okay, I need to start moving spores manually here, or I'm going to be in a lot of trouble. I might be in a lot of trouble already. Jeez. But I needed to get that red sand out of here because we need this. Ugh, it's a cycle, isn't it? It's just, it's a never-ending cycle. Um, Look at that though. The red sand is falling out. It is moving. I wonder here, like that, or is that more trouble than it's worth, or no? There, that might move it faster. What's happening with all this stuff? It's falling down here. What if I blocked you off for now? It can just pile up. That's probably okay. I'm actually gonna block this off so nothing can back up into here. But I almost want to drop all that red sand that's coming here down here. Okay, yeah. If we drop red sand down here, then we could move it in that way and do flowers in here. It does seem like it would work. There we go. So I'm really curious how much room we're gonna end up with, because we could push a lot of red sand out. That'd be kind of nice. What if I do that, or do I probably want to build my lines. Yeah, I actually probably want to just let it pile up here, build the flower room, and then tackle that. How is this going over here? Not great. But here, I can sort of help it along. This is, I know, it could be so much better, I understand, but at least we're getting stuff done. Here, can I conveyor this? That's legit, right? That's gonna work. Get rid of these filters here so I don't have to clean all that stuff out. And it looks like I put a stop to the sand at the perfect time. Because look at that. Whew. Okay. Can take a breather here. Eat a squash. There. Can we... Oh. If I can get rid of some of these spores. There. What, how am I gonna do this? I think... Do we immediately wash the spores as they come into the room? And then we store them as wet spores? I kinda like that idea. And then... I don't know, I pretty much have to have drones unlocked. Let's see how much that is. Because we do have some money for research here. Drones is down here. 3,000. Okay. We're like... We're not really that far away. Once I can get this spore store figured out, we'll be way better off. Why is this so slow? It's painful. There, come on. What do you... Oh, all this stuff was stuck on a tiny little single pixel. Nice. Well. Do I try to wash them here? Like, if I just do one thing across the top, and then I'd have to have enough room for a cycle back. So we'd bring it up this way, cycle back, drop down here into storage. As this water goes away, we can use the top of this for more storage, and then if we're just droning it out of here, I don't know. The alternative being, if we do it here, we can drop wet spores here and have them fall down when they get over to the big room. I'm sorry. This is tough. I'm struggling with there's so many options. There's so many opportunities and it's so hard to pick like is this going to be perfect, but maybe the answer is never, you know? Um what am I doing? I kind of want to just block this off and figure out what I'm doing here. I can get rid of this and that. And maybe I'll get rid of that. I can take these launchers. You know what? I'll probably launch a little bit sooner down here. And conveyor this way. This will leave me more, whoops, more room. Here we go. This will leave me more room to get something out the bottom. And here I can do like that. And launchers here. I know this doesn't look like much, but here. Now we can move this stuff and we see what I actually built. Okay. So I think then what I want to do is build this behind here temporarily. I think that's smart. And I'm gonna just go ahead and block all this off. Do we think we can get... I can do a return line up here. So I think if I can get the spores right here, I can wash them right under here. I'm probably too close right there. Let's plan like this. There. That can be a return line. Let's do another launcher like this. And now we need to start our spore washer. I guess I wasn't entirely planning on doing a spore washer today, but I think it is somewhat critical. Here we go. And there. I wonder how this is going to work. Will this go the way I'm imagining this? Will this work the way I'm imagining it? Yeah. Okay. Okay. And so now that means right here we need to set up some what are they called? Pumps, outlets, liquid vents. We're gonna go like this. I honestly think I can go that much. And do a conveyor over it. Like that. And then we'll do block underneath. Like this. And what is it called? Oh, do we do a, no. I think how I did it, conveyor underneath. Yeah, whatever. Just do that. Here, we'll go like this. Fly out of the way. It's an awkward way to hold it. And now we can do launchers. We'll do the good old launcher thing. There we go. How many? Now I can Shift C. Okay, Shift C. Dupe it. That's probably enough. Do I put more liquid vents on the other side? I think it's probably a good idea. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 is fine. And over here, we'll have conveyor like that. Lock this off. This should probably be what, block, no, allow only cinder. We'll just put it like that so the water can get out, and launcher right here can finish. Oops, see, now I knew I saw that because the color was, yeah, I love this. I love this texture pack thing. I did it and I was like, was it worth it? No, this is great. Okay, so we're gonna have our spores fall down here, get launched up this way, and get washed. Now we need to set up the return here, and it'll be, we need to drop out wet spores and lift up, so we need a block only wet spore. Let's see. Maybe I need to actually move all this back, because yeah. Yep, I think I actually do. So I'm gonna just go like this. Move this over. Ugh, annoying, but okay. At least the important stuff got built. There. And I think this can be one more conveyor like this. And now I can move this up here. Put a launcher like this. Get rid of that. Build a wall. Okay, nice. So now the spores will go up here, go through the water, get lifted up here. If they're wet spores, they can fall down. If they're not, they'll cycle back through. I love it. Now I just need to do a, whatchamacallit, allow only wet spore. Do I want to move it all over here and then, yeah. We'll go like this. And conveyor here. There. Okay. That's all good. Actually, I think that was, I'm kind of shocked with myself that I think this is going to work. I really do. So let's go ahead and let's hook it up to the system. We need pipes here. We're gonna go straight through that stuff. Yeah, that's fine. And I'm actually gonna go ahead and hook this up to the other pipe system right away. We got a bunch of water in here. Ay. Ay, ay, ay. I guess I could, yeah, whatever. Okay, so this thing is full of water. Let's run some spores through and test it really quick. And if this starts working, I'm gonna feel pretty good. If it doesn't, I'm gonna feel really bad because I will have wasted a bunch of time. It looks like, oh, all the wet spores go in here. Allow everything except wet spore. Dang, well, okay. Allow only wet spore. There. There we go. So that means all of this stuff that fell through was incorrect. Okay. Ooh. Interesting, I can get rid of that water. Now, do I want to just work on getting all this stuff out? Like, if I go ahead and do this, just so I can get all this stuff wet right away, or is that like a huge waste of water at this stage? It might be. Like, I do kind of want to keep that for sand, although I don't know. It's why is this struggling so hard? There, here, and allow only It's fine. Well, this is plenty of space for wet spore. Now I can get rid of this. Get rid of all of that. And now I can send more sand through, and I think this will operate exactly as I want. Now that we've got that, we can get a little more money to get that 3,000 for drones. There we go. I swear, it all has a purpose. It just gets buried. I get lost in the sand sauce. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's it's tough, but we get there. You know what? I'm sick of this thing overflowing. So let's figure this out too. We're gonna go like this. There. That'll allow... Oh, look at that. We actually have some cinders stuck in there. Well, that's annoying. What are you doing, man? How does this stuff get in here? There. Drop it that way. It'll probably make its way back through. Because I don't have it specifically filtered. Man, if I ever get cinder into my factory, that's going to be a huge problem. Same with void bloom. Wherever I make void bloom, I just have to leave it. Okay. Whew. That was big. I have a thought, and a lot of you guys said this. Let's just try it out. Let's see what happens if we do a block gold right here and drop it like literally right there. Do you think that that'll give more time for the slag down here to burn? And then maybe I wouldn't have to I wouldn't even have to have these little launchers down here. I could just let the slag burn, like actually burn. Let's see what happens. I probably didn't send enough sand actually through to really test this, but now I want to. I know I'm... Oh, okay. I'm kind of curious what percentage ends up burned at the end now. Now that I'm moving all the gold to right here. It definitely gives the slag a lot more chance to do its job and get burned. Here's our spores coming in. It's our first couple, like real new ones. And they should all fall out. I mean, it'd be great if like this thing just worked 100%, never jammed. That would be, wouldn't that be the dream? The unbreakable machine. That is truly the dream. Okay. Really gotta figure this out. How do we get it back? Oh, you know what? Is this thing like empty yet? You know what? Close enough. Truly. Okay. I'll get rid of this. And here we go. Get rid of the pipes. Ooh, where's the steam going here? Oh, some of it's going out this way. Well, that's kind of perfect. Yeah, that's an idea. Here. Go like this. And can go like that. Go like that. The cinder. You know what? I'm gonna move you outside. I don't need you right here. I can make this into a great water tank. I should go ahead and put some pumps in here. If we ever need like seed water, we can always use a cryoblaster, right? But now I need to do this, yeah. Now we have a bigger water tank. That's kind of fun. Cool. I like that. What do you guys think? What do you think of my water tank? I think it's nice. I think it's happy. You know what? I'm gonna draw... There. Does it look like a face now? Do you guys see that? Okay, but that means we can finally launch this stuff up, right? And I kind of want to do that. Let's just go ahead and do it like this. Oh, wrong way, and I could tell because of the color. Oh, I wasn't holding control. This stuff can go here, just to go over this. And now that leaves me with the question. Oh, I could put a red sand filter down here. Kind of want to do that. Allow only red sand. Right here. That's gonna drop it this way. And so I think for now that means I'm kind of just making this a red sand pit until I can figure out a good way to handle it later on. I think in the meantime it's okay for me to just make it a pit. There we go. We're at 2300. Let's go see what's happening over here. Oh, well, that's not great. What did I do? Block only instead of allow. Ah, nice. Nice trim. Okay. Oh, and this is never gonna work, right? There. Now it should work. There. Now we got all that sand I threw out for explicitly trying to get it. Well, whatever. That's okay. Now we have a bunch of sand coming at us, and we have our spore thing figured out. I still probably want to keep it throttled, but hey, it looks like I did get some of this out. Let's make it a goal to get this thing completely cleaned this episode. And maybe I can draw, I should just draw up what our flower cell is gonna look like and see how many we can fit in here. And figure out our flux emanator void plume sand, red sand mixer situation. I definitely need to do that. Okay. And I'm gonna have a bunch of red sand in here just to use all by itself. We need 3,000 for drones. How close are we to starting to get more gold here? It's finally made it up here. When it's fully throttled like this, it does not come in very fast, does it? But making the spore store and spore washer up here, getting that taken care of, I think that's pretty huge. I gotta admit to myself that this water is not gonna last nearly as long as I would hope. Yeah, I wish I could use this to like do the flowers in here, you know, just as a proof of concept, but only having one way in and no way out, that's no good. Like I believe in you can build a cell, you can build a part of your factory where the only inputs come from drones, but you absolutely cannot, should not ever have your only output be for drones, because it will totally jam up, like guaranteed. It's just never gonna work for you. But here it looks like our sand is finally making it. I'm happy to see that. At the current rate it's coming through, this will never jam. mean, I know I shouldn't say that out loud, but it does feel that way, at least to me. So I'm happy with that. I'm really happy with that. Let's go ahead and finish cleaning that room out. And then we will have a very clear idea of what exactly we can do in here. I mean, this seems like okay, if any of you guys have seen my Shrinking Factory series, you know you can fit a lot in a space this large, but it's just like to keep up with how much I would like it to keep up with. Like in the future, I would like to, you know, at least throttle down on my throttles. Everything in moderation, including moderation, but it's gonna be really tough. Whoa, it's gonna be tough. I'm not sure. This is quite a bit of sand and red sand in here, though. That's gonna be it's gonna be a trick getting it all out. I'm gonna have to start with here. If I just get rid of this, that's probably smart, right? I'm just embracing my situation. Oh, you know what? Actually, speaking of that, here, my situation is right now something like this. And that's still a launcher. There. We can start shipping this stuff out a little bit faster. There, in case anything comes over this way, it'll go out. What is this stuff right here? Whoa, burnt slag? What are you doing here, man? Here, why don't you go in the randoms pit I got going up here. Is this wet spores? Okay. Try to get rid of this water somehow. It's not helping, that's for sure. Am I unnecessarily throttling myself too much right there? Maybe? I'm gonna do red sand right here. And get rid of this. Oh, that didn't do what I thought it was going to. Here. There we go. Now it'll get moving. It does seem slower, but I don't think it actually is. And I really don't necessarily need it faster than that, right? So, oh, that's, that doesn't need to be that. What? Oh, I was holding control. That's, of course. Can't do that. Not in a filter. Stuff just kind of keeps falling down. It's alright. We got a nice backlog here. This stuff is gonna keep coming quite a bit, so I guess I should go keep an eye on it. Make sure if I have to slam the brakes, I can. It looks like we're getting some cycle back. Like actually kind of quite a bit. Although it piles up here and then it just sort of gets burned right away. I don't know. I am really happy with what I did here. I think that was a lifesaver for us because now this thing's not getting jammed. And we got random stuff falling this way, and it looks like our spore washer works pretty well. Like we definitely have some dry stuff coming back, but at this rate that everything is going, I don't think I need to worry about it too much. Here, I should block that up though. Clean this up, and there we are. We're over 3,000 gold, so let's go ahead and do drones research. We only have one research left to do, my friends, and we will definitely do that in our next episode because unfortunately, I think I gotta leave it here for today. In some ways, I got a lot done. In other ways, I did not get a lot done. But I did achieve something that we knew had to be done, which was build the spore washer and get more spore storage. And I think ultimately I can decide if I want to have spores come out this way and drop down and make their way over here to the flower room, or if I just wanna drone them, or both. Both is also a great option. But we'll do that in our next episode because, like I said, my friends, we gotta leave it here. If you've enjoyed the video, please make sure and leave a like. Help other people find it. And I love reading your comments, so leave those down below. I'm sure you got a lot to say, and I love hearing from you guys. And if you've made it this far and you haven't subscribed yet, you definitely should. Just press that button, click that circle with the tree on your screen. And on that note, my friends, I will see you in the next one.